Okay, we need to move on. Mitch, talk to us about the U.S. Senate race, the GOP Senate primary.
Yeah, less than 6 weeks from the race, it's getting a little bit clearer how people are planning to vote. There's really no competition to speak of on the Democratic side. You don't even see any polling because former State Supreme Court Chief Justice Sherry Beasley is seen as the presumptive winner of that primary.
And she's tonning the money, too.
She's getting the money and not having to spend it because she doesn't really have a primary challenge, just waiting to see who she has to run for. Yeah, waiting to see who she'll have to run against in the general election. All of the action has really been on the Republican side. And a poll back in January suggested that former Governor Pat McCrory had a small lead, but a lead in the race. But we now have had a series of polls over the past couple of weeks that show that Congressman Ted Budd, who has the endorsement from President Donald Trump, is now certainly in the driver's seat. There was a poll from the North Carolina Values Coalition that gave him a 3-point lead. That was last week. But this week, several more polls that gave him double-digit leads.
Right.
One that gave him a 16-point lead, another 13-point. And then the Civitas poll that my employer, the John Locke Foundation, put out gave him an 11-point lead. The bright side for Pat McCrory, who's 11 points down in that poll, was that there was almost 40% of the electorate, the Republican primary electorate, still undecided.
But isn't he the incumbent in this race, really?
In many respects, he is. He's the one who has the greater...
And traditionally, folks, if they're undecided at this point, they don't break for the incumbent.
It tends not to go that way for the person who has the higher name recognition. So the bright side is 40% that are still uncommitted. The downside is that same poll showed that 55% of people said that they would support the Trump-endorsed candidate. And, of course, President Trump is going to be in Johnston County this weekend pumping up Ted Budd. So that's another way that is going to help him going into the primary.